Here we are, ready to go. Kickoff is underway, Chief. Now, Sharks vs. Huskies got number 6 versus number 5 seed. Number 7 seed's in the grand final. The only high seed remaining is that number 1 seeded Yetis. Definitely going to be an interesting one here tonight. Kisby brings it down the field, trying to cross it over. It's being the possession of drag from the Huskies. I think really what's to look out here for is how the Huskies perform. You know, Sharks, they relied a lot on bumps and keeping the ball away from the other team to beat out that Lions team, as they are again playing with an alpha sub up. See if the Huskies get affected by those bumps or not, as that's an early one.
Yeah, the Huskies definitely feel like they've got a little bit more opportunity to make some solo plays. I like seeing some stuff from Flakers the other night, and we'll see if he can drum up some more magic coming into this series.
I have to see. There's Kisby. Shot a little high. Flake's going to bang out. Prisma's going to get back to the ball. Do drag. Trying to get something centered. It's being cleared away by Prisma. There's Flakes. Looking for a shot center. Prisma on the backboard. Clears it out. Going again. 50s. Nothing there. Flip. Trying to get a shot on. T-Man with the save. There's drag with another shot. Kisby with the save this time. Sharks are getting a lot of saves on these Huskies. Shot is there's Flip going once again. But saved, of course.
They're getting a lot of saves, and it's definitely going to feel good to be getting out of that one, because they were starting to get bunched up on their own nets, and it felt like it was only a matter of time before something just got a little bit more deadly. But as long as you can get it out of your half, you can reset, regroup, and that possession just won't matter at the end. You just got to keep fighting and climb out of there. Huskies doing a good job kind of winning the midfield battle for the most part. But we're seeing some good clears from the Sharks.
There's Flake still on the ball. T-Man with a great challenge. Trying to get a challenge on drag. He's going to play it lower. It's Flakes. Nobody's going to be that ball. Prisma hits it to the sidewall. Trying to get a shot on target. Will not quite beat there. Flakes 50s. Kisby. He's going to be off the edge. T-Man already up for this one. Getting another 50 early. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of these scoreless and tight games for the remainder of the series. We're halfway through this scoreless. Drag's going to have possession of this one unless he gets bumped from Kisby. Will not happen. Prisma to the ceiling. Good first touch. Trying to get a second one following up. So he's going to be in the mix as well. Flip. A little weak touch. T-Man's going to be there for the deflection into the corner. Drag. ABC's Flip down the field. Going to pass back to Flakes. Huskies are keeping possession well of this ball. That is in center. Flip, 50. 2 minutes down, Chief. I mean, both these teams they're playing splendidly.
Yeah, they're really doing a good job limiting their mistakes, kind of letting each man have their turn on the ball. You're not seeing too much double commits coming out on either side's offense, which is usually how you get some of your runaway type plays. Definitely interesting to see coming from the last series that we just got done casting, where it was kind of bang bang, and the teams felt like they were just taking turns at times scoring goals when the Raccoons weren't busy dumping 2 or 3 ahead at a time. And now we've kind of got a long stalemate here, where there's about an equal battle at the mid. Good clears coming out from both teams. No one's got too threatening of an opportunity yet. They've done a good job kind of mitigating the scary shots. And now it's really going to be a battle to see whose second man can creep up without getting punished, because it seems like everyone's first man is kind of getting equally met. Third man's playing safely back. It's really going to be the second man to break the ice in game 1.
Yeah, it's risk and reward. If your second man goes a little risky, you can get punished for that, but also you get rewarded with a goal. It all depends. There's Prisma with a nice save. It is really going to be a battle of who strikes first now. So we start getting into the area. There's not much time for a counterattack goal or a second goal. Tied up. Rebuttal, if you will. There's Flip with a shot over T-Man. Blake's trying to follow that one up. Won't happen. Sharks are trying to get this pressure in late. Huskies are not going to let that happen. It's going to find the backboard. Does T-Man have the read? That was a great read on the bounce down. Prisma gets the read as well. Flip trying to get something centered. We're down to 10 seconds with Huskies on offense. Will they see a final last second shot as drag? He misses that one. Huskies are going to have to play for possession, try to down this ball, as it will stay up. He's trying to center it, cleared away. T-Man will let it drop. We're in a game 1 overtime. I think all 4 series now have gone to game 1 overtime. Kind of hard to believe.
Yeah, game 1, no matter what your seed is, no matter whether it's upper bracket or lower bracket, everyone's kind of filling themselves out, wondering how aggressive is that next team gonna play. And we've gotten some really solid defense out of both teams. Very little in the way of mistakes. We've not had that kickoff goal. A great shot by Kisby, probably the best shot the Sharks have had all game. But it will still be cleared away. We're going to reset again here. Great demo dodge. That could have opened up a dangerous play.
Lakers trying to get something going. He can't. That was a great demo dodge, as you said, by T-Man. Huskies, though, they're putting a lot of pressure onto this Sharks team as there's Flakes again. Gonna center it over to Flip. Flip's not able to get a touch on. Drag gonna let him shoot again. Flakes gonna take that for himself. No redirect attempt. Drag being the only one back. Sharks are gonna try to attack him. It's a little awkward here. He plays slow, gets the touch. That's gonna be centered. T-Man, the only one back for the Sharks. How's Flip gonna play the shot? Drag going for the bumps. T-Man escapes very well. Flakes can't get it past Kisby. Sharks defense getting into the right places just in the right time. It's Kisby over to Prisma. Flip to 50 Prisma's still in the air to 50 Flakes. That could be down to T-Man. That might have found the net. It's a little high, and Drag is able to get the save. Kisby up in the air again. Prisma's immediately up for it into the corner. Flakes, does he get the touch he wants? Drag's going to be back in time. Sharks are a little overcommitted. See a counterattack from the Huskies. It's Flakes versus Prisma. Can't quite get over. It's floating.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be glad they reset out of that, because they were starting to come down the field with some momentum, and now you've kind of reset it, getting back to where you're playing offense as the Sharks. They're just going to kind of feel out where the Huskies are going to challenge them. They're getting kind of bunched up on one side. Oh, he may have blocked his teammate from the far post shot.
I believe T-Man did get in the way there. Didn't allow Prisma to take the shot he was set up for. He's going to allow Huskies and Sharks to still stay into this long overtime. Scoreless. We haven't seen a goal in 7 minutes. There's Flakes. Trying to get a touch. T-Man now up into the air. Goes to the ceiling. Might have a pass down. Can't quite get back to the ball. This Flip is there for the save. Flakes going to have to bang this one out. Flip there. Keeps it up. It's going to pop up into the air. Who's going to be there? T-Man gets the beat. He's going to fake it. Going to bring it down to the ground. Flakes gets demoed. Prisma. Drag in the Huskies. Trying to counter with these demos. We may see another long overtime. Just like last year's Raccoons, they took it in a 4-minute overtime.
Wow. Yeah, it usually starts turning into a demolition derby once teams get frustrated with the defense. It feels like nothing you do gets through, so you're like, okay, I got to start removing pieces of the puzzle so I can create a hole to fit through. And I really like the way the Sharks have been playing defense. It feels like the Huskies have maybe got a little bit more tempo, trying to outpace them a little bit, but they're doing a good job with their positioning, making sure they've got someone to kind of counter all these attacks that the Huskies are throwing at them.
That's going to be popped high. Drag off the wall. Drag tries to get it somewhere. That's going to be popped high. Flip's going to be back in time for that one. Downfield the Drag. Might be an own goal from the Sharks. Kisby gets back in time. Flip is going to be off the ceiling. Centering it. T-Man there to get in the way. We're almost up to 4 minutes already. Neither team, they both have seen flashes of a goal. Just not able to actually get it to the back of the net. There's Drag down the field. Prisma's back in time. He's the only one there for the Sharks, though. This could be an opportunity for the Huskies. Never mind, the Huskies do not capitalize. Flakes to the midfield. Drag. Only T-Man back. What a touch! It's not going to be on. Slightly high. Prisma, no boost. It gets by him. Huskies finally find the net. KRLS official. Go ahead.
After all those shots, it's the simple one just to the far corner that goes in. So at the end of the day, sometimes the best shot is just the one that's on target.
Best shot is always the one to go on target. There, it seems like the Sharks were starved of boost. Thank you, KRLS official. That's our partner league. They rated us. Hopefully they had a great stream. But yeah, Chief, moving into this game number 2, I feel like it's going to be similar to that line series. The Sharks, they're going to find an adjustment eventually. They're going to know how to take advantage of it. I'll have to wait and see when they figure out what they need to do to beat this Huskies team. You know, when you're down to 0-0 overtime, right, you don't have much information on what you need to do to beat them. So maybe here they'll find out what they need to do in game number 2.
Yeah, the Sharks have less than half, or I guess right at half, the amount of shots taken. Because you got 6 shots to the Huskies 12, but you were able to match that in game 1 with 10 saves. Very impressive. Kept you in that game for a long time. But as the Huskies warm up, they might start sinking more of these opportunities. So you definitely want to limit the amount of time that you let them kind of get heated up. Because the longer a team stays on offense, usually, as the series goes on, they start finding that second and third man and in the offense a little bit easier. They start figuring out when they can go for these bumps on you, and it usually kind of leads in favor of the offensive team.
Yes, indeed. I mean, it's going to depend how if the Sharks, they can find their offensive attack or not. Huskies seemed like they were shutting them down quite a bit in the first game there. So we'll see if the second game is any different. So early on, Huskies looking to get down into the Sharks half. Just drag in their corner. Center! Gonna be a great save by Kisby. T-Man.
Yeah, I'm the Sharks kind of getting back into offense on this one. The Huskies seem to want to come up and kind of be aggressive in your face. So if you can score some of these long bomb, maybe starting from your half, kind of transitioning into offense goals, that seems to be what's been catching the Huskies out the most. Is not the individual slow plays, because they seem to be ready for those. But some of the longer clears, some of the longer drawn out passes might be your way in to cracking down the Husky defense.
There's a bounce to the sidewall. Drag might have a shot on it. It's going to be not quite able to find the net. It's saved away from the Sharks defense. Flakes might have found an angle. T-Man is there. Flip. Trying to get something centered again for the Huskies. T-Man is still there. Nice and patient from T-Man. So now he'll go for a play of his own. He can't quite get back to the ball. Might found an open net. No, Prisma is back for the save. T-Man with no redirect. Good dump by Drag. There's Flip. Nothing there. Bumped high into the sky. Lakes. Nothing there. There's Flip. Not able to get a touch. Sharks are trying to get some pressure onto this Huskies defense. They're just not able to keep it there for long, as Huskies are great at clearing the ball out.
They are, and it seems like the Sharks are getting some pretty good first touches, especially as the first man. But once the Huskies kind of get that clear, or they start taking it away, they're really struggling to figure out how they can keep the ball in their half and not get broken back out. And both teams are kind of just having these little one-touch transitions to where it's not really catching either team out. And this might be a hard one for Huskies to read here. Going to buy the Sharks a little bit more time on offense.
We'll see who decides to take the pressure. There's Flip trying to get a shot. It might have a double. Not quite. Now Flakes has to go all alone. He's the only one back. T-Man, shot on. And we saw no pressure for a few minutes. It was kind of like nothing was going on. All of a sudden, play breaks out. Huskies commit a little too much. Sharks get the counterattack. They're able to take the lead up 1-0.
Yeah, and this is exactly what I wanted to see from the Huskies, from the Sharks, as the Huskies they creep up past the midfield line with their third, because they want to keep that pressure. They want to be able to go and send somebody ahead for these bump plays. And if you're the Sharks, you can kind of get some easy goals by waiting a little bit further back, booming the ball when you see that third man kind of commit close, because they like to play a lot of offense and not rotate to defense, as quick as maybe some other teams would. So if you can catch them out on the transition goals, that would be a good way for the Sharks to kind of keep up in this pace.
Here the Sharks still leading. Huskies are looking to strike. Drag is going to have to come into the corner here. It challenges Kisby. Drag might have another touch. Gets a dunk onto Prisma. Any Huskies there in the corner? No, T-Man. Flakes actually Pops up to Flip. Does Flip have the shot? No, Drag. It's going to be centered. Is anyone there? Flip, down to Drag. No. Flakes is going to have a roller straight to him. He's going to put it up to the sidewall to Drag. Over to Flip. Does Flip have the shot? Oh, 2 defenders in the path. Can't quite find it. There's T-Man taking advantage of the ball. Flakes with the 50. Drag. Back pass. Played with the touch. Kisby for the shot.
Bump.
And the Sharks just able to find another goal.
Yeah, all this is kind of set up by the bump because I think it would have easily been cleared away, and the Huskies are expecting it to be cleared away because they have that trust in each other. But, you know, the trust kind of has to disappear when the teammate does because there's going to be no one to block the net.
Prisma, nothing there. It's going to pop up. Kisby holds it. Flakes. Kisby, nothing there. There's T-Man, another shot on. It's going to be off target. Huskies, they're running out of time. They got a minute left. They're down 2. Prisma, shot. What a beauty.
Wow. And if he does anything other than bounce this, I think it's actually red, but just because of the way he nicked it at a low angle, it goes under Drag, and it's going to bounce it away to where Flakers is not going to quite be able to get there. Very well executed shot. Now you're up 3 goals, less than a minute, probably equalizing here in Game 2 on the overall series.
Sharks might have found a 4th there, but Flip's able to clear it away. Got 40 seconds on the clock. Drag. Maybe a pass over to Flakers. No, it's Flip. Flip down. Can't get the crossbar touch. Flakes to the sidewall. There's Flip trying to get something to go. Nothing there. Drag. That's going to be centered. No one's going to get it. I think that's over for the Huskies.
And they've been able to put the Sharks in some awkward positions where they're low boost, but they've rose to the challenge and made good stops every time. And that was something that I kind of wanted to see from the Yetis more in the last series, is when you've got that player that might not be in the most perfect position, you know, maybe they don't have the highest amount of boost, to still make the smart play. And that's kind of what we're seeing from the Sharks defense. The Huskies have definitely had a more scary offense coming out, but they've been letting easier goals come through. And, you know, if you let easy goals come through, even if you've got a high-flying offense, it just takes that much more effort to get back in gear.
Yeah, just a lot more the Huskies may need to think about with this bumps coming out from the Sharks. They're going to not be as easily... it's not going to be as easy as maybe someone would have thought. Huskies, I thought, you know, they might be able to do it. I said they would do it in 5 unless they win 3 straight, which after that game, I'm not so confident in anymore. It seems like we may see more games, possibly 6 or 7.
Yeah, shot difference, even in this game, being 3 goals down, was still in favor of the Huskies. They're still getting their opportunities, and, you know, if they don't just kind of aim a little bit lower and quit hitting the top of that backboard and the bar, or sending another man to kind of clean up on those, you might start capitalizing on those type of goals. But the third man, you got to quit committing so early, because that's letting this Sharks team that's got a little less prominent offense to kind of keep you trapped in, and it's kind of creating these 2v1 scenarios where you're leaving your third man high and dry. And, you know, at this level, you know, regardless of what MR somebody is, you know, what seed they're playing as, if you put somebody in a 2v1, they're probably coming out ahead.
Yeah, 2v1, you're going to assume the 2 players will be able to find the net. Huskies and Sharks now even playing ground once again. We're 1-1 in the series, 0 goals in this game. Nobody with a direct lead. Huskies early, they're keeping their pressure like they normally do. Great save by Prisma there. Drag centers it. Flakes is going to have to take his time with it as he's the last man back. Puts it into the corner. Possible shot if Kisby wasn't there. Flip tries to get Kisby off the ball. Great shot from Prisma to drag him the boost. He will.
Yeah, being on 0, making that stop, keeping the game dead even, not letting the Sharks capitalize on the end of Game 2 momentum they were going.
There's the center. Does Drag have the shot? Oh, shoots it right into T-Man. Blake's looking for a follow-up. Drag getting aggressive
It's
on
gonna
the
be a
bump.
bump.
Flip. Both teams are now utilizing that bump. It's oh so good when you use it correctly. T-Man gets bumped again. I think they're just trying to get payback for last game.
Yeah, they're definitely, playing with a fervor here, and they're just trying to cut the Sharks where it hurts. But so far, they just keep rising to meet it. No matter who has to go, they're making themselves big. They're getting in the way. They're not letting the pressure get to them. And every time the Huskies have got some good offense going on, there's just a Shark there meeting them. And now it's going to be T-Man alone to try to reset the defense here. Demo kind of bails them out a little bit.
That might find the net. No, it's going to be a little wide. Kisby there in time as well. Prisma almost got bumped to the net. Flip almost got the beat on it as well. Kisby, nothing quite going. A little bit of slowdown as both teams retreating off the ball. Reset ourselves and look for our next play as here's Flip trying to get in to the action. Both teams are still trying to crack the scoreboard. It's 0-0 still. There's Kisby, shot on, great save by Drag, almost gets an own goal.
Yeah, hits the corner of his own post to kind of get the ball going the opposite direction. And was not any Shark lurking in the waters to capitalize on that one. Oh, but Kisby is going to go to the 1v1 and hit his little reverse 45 here.
45 just gets over the shadowing Drag. It's going to allow Sharks take the lead here, and I think, it could come down to one goal in a lot of these games. Maybe it's the first one, maybe it's the second one, maybe it's the 20th goal in a game is that one. Almost finds the net if Prisma was not back. Flip puts the backboard for Drag to shoot. Now, Huskies, they're all overcommitted. Can T-Man find the net on the way back? It's all going to depend. So, Prisma there, shot.
Goes for the infield. It's bet away. Prisma trying to keep this in favor of the Sharks, and it's still going to be floating above the bar. He's going to be looking to try to transition out if they want equalize game 3 here.
Huskies trying to bring it down to the Sharks have Drag. Tries to get it over T-Man, great defense. Flip tries to get it past T-Man as well, nothing going. It's going to be a pass over to Flakes. Flakes gets it past one. There's nobody in net as of yet. There's a roller! Drag almost finds the opening. Was the Sharks defender in the way.
And probably the thing that's impressed me the most this series is every time that camera pans around to T-Man, it seems like he's low boost or on 0 and just finds a way to be a pain in the Huskies' side. And it's impressive to just be low boost in that many situations and feel like you're just winning all of them. Like the 50s going your way or the challenges going your way, and you're just not letting them bully you while you're letting your teammates grab the majority of the boost.
Yeah, and that's something you really got to look out for. There's Flip trying to get something. Flakes, too high. There's Kisby. Shot. No. 30 seconds before the Sharks may have taken the lead in the series. Prisma with a solo play of his own. Great shot from Kisby to snipe the net. They've held Huskies scoreless 5-0 in these past 2 games.
Yeah, and you're floating there, making the challenge look threatening from up top, but then your second man comes from down low, changes up the shot angle, and that's going to be tough for the Huskies to save. We thought that, with their quantity of shots, that most of the offense was going to be in favor of the Huskies, but the Sharks have came back in this game and said, hey, it's not a fluke. We can get the solo plays. We can get the team plays. We're here trying to get to this grand final, and they're looking strong.
They're looking strong. So there they are. They finally secured that 2-1 lead. So we'll head to game 4, not on the verge of a sweep, but on a very close series.
You get shut out, in the 2 most recent ones. giving up those 5 goals. So I definitely am in favor of taking the timeout here because you've got to figure out how to get your offense going. You still have shots, but they're just not landing in the back of the net. So you got to change up your approach a little.
Yeah, that is for sure. You got to change how you're approaching things, how you're approaching maybe passing the ball or getting the ball downfield, trying to get the ball towards the net. Maybe Huskies, they got to find some bumps, more midfield aggression. It seems like a lot of the time they get scored on from the Sharks when they have only one man back. So when you can prevent that, I think that's how, Huskies could definitely get the games to be closer than getting shut out.
Yeah, no matter how confident you are in that last man back, and how much ones you think they play, once you step into threes, it's a big difference. And these Sharks, they're doing a good job committing to these 2v1s, these 3v1s, where it's kind of hard to punish them when you're only one man, and it's easy for them to punish you because it just takes one wrong mistake from you, but it probably takes about 10 right ones to get past that.
Here we are in the game.
He-Man again coming up from midfield on dead zero. Darkson had some good pressure to open up this one. Not wanting to let the Huskies get any of their mojo back after losing 2 games back to back.
T-Man trying to get something centered. Nothing to go. Prisma almost there in the air. Drag's going to have to 50 Kisby. Flakes. That's going to be a roller. Straight for Flip 10-10. Flip tries to get past one. T-Man, though, always there for the Sharks when he's called upon. Flip to the corner. Drag is up in the air. Beat by Prisma. Flakes and Flip have to get back for this offensive attack. Play defense against the Gray Sharks team as T-Man might have an angle here. Doesn't quite find it. Is off the post.
Well, Huskies kind of level and boost. Be neat to see what the Sharks do with this kind of opportunity. Oh, and Kisby, he's doing it again, trying to go for the mechanical play. Is going to force Drag to come out and challenge him. No matter where they put the ball, T-Man finds a way to use just enough boost to get to it and nothing more.
There's a pop up into the sky. Flip. Trying to get something done. There's T-Man. Lakers. Nothing there. Prisma. Into the corner. Drag. Centered. Kisby. Shot on! Can't find the net. Can't quite get it past. Flip 10-10. Here's Flakes. Trying to get a dribble of his own. Does he have the bump? There was a bump from one. Drag. A little high. Just Flip 10-10 get there. He's going to keep possession for the Huskies. They're trying to find a goal onto the Sharks team. There's the bang. It's not going to drop enough, but it will be a shot, a bull. Never mind, Prisma gets in the way. It's going to be a roller Flip. Hits it straight to T-Man. Never mind, Flakes gets there in time. Bunch of bangs right now we're seeing from both sides of the ball. Trying to settle themselves as Prisma finds the shot.
Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth, kind of taking turns crossing the midfield. They're playing keep away, and then they really don't allow any Husky to just interrupt what they're doing. Great angles, great lines of attack, and they just kind of kept moving. The Sharks don't like to stop, otherwise they can't breathe, so they're going to dance all over the Husky half here.
Lakers trying to get a pass over to Drag, trying to let him do something with the ball. Kisby with a wild aerial and an own goal off of Prisma's car. Gonna tie this one up. That's our second own goal of the night.
Yeah, it's been the only thing that the Sharks couldn't read here in the last 3 games, and it is going to be a tough one when he skims off a teammate's car, and you're not expecting it to have that kind of pace flying back at your net.
Here's gonna be a bang. It's popped up high. Kisby, nothing there. T-Man bangs it away. That might find the nut. Will Drag get there? Prisma off the post. Kisby and T-Man also overcommitted. Gets it past one though. T-Man solo boost was still causing chaos. What a play! Try to get it on net.
His timing this whole series has been phenomenal. It looks like he was out of that play for probably 15 seconds before he really was, because he just kept timing his jumps, his flips, and doing as much as he can for his team, even at a low boost level.
Prisma. Nothing there. Prisma's gonna have a carry of his own. He gets it over 2 defenders. Finally gets bumped off, and Kisvy can't find the finishing shot. His place was back. It's gonna be a little high. Drag's gonna have some time to himself. Collect this ball. He's gonna elect to bang it up high. Look for a follow-up here. Looking for a double. Prisma with the touch up the backboard. Trying to 50 past one. Place the only one back for the Huskies. Plays a nice low 50. His T-Man gets a touch of his own. He's gonna have possession of this ball. It's only dragged back with very low boost. He's going to get to the ball time. No, his free flip misses. Almost an opportunity for the Sharks to score.
And it feels like this whole game has really been an offensive opportunity for the Sharks. Usually they're kind of getting caught up on defense and getting these counterattack long bomb type of plays, but this time they've really excelled in the half-pitch offense. This teammate almost puts another one in all on his own, but they're still going to be playing offense as the Huskies have not found a way to transition out of their goal line, really. They've only got 40 seconds left. They're not really generating a whole lot of offensive pressure. They'll see if they can't move down the field here. But Lakers is going around to boost. Let Prisma take it into the orange corner.
Kisvy, not there. He's trying to bang it away. It's going to be a high into the sky. Will the Huskies be able to capitalize? Drag. Can't find the angle. It's their flip. Trying to see it centered. T-Man is off of his car. Flip. 10 seconds left. Huskies have the ball in the Sharks half, but Sharks are able to clear it away. The Sharks get the goal. That's centered. Does Prisma have the angle? It's a little high. Drag clears to the corner. We may be seeing overtime here, Chief. All depends if T-Man can get it done with Kisvy. It's going to be popped in the air. Nobody to follow up. It's going to drop down. We're into overtime in game number 4.
You're going to feel like you got a little bit of extra life if you're a Husky, because the pressure all game was going against you. And overtime, it gives you an opportunity to reset that. You're starting on an even playing field. All that matters is the next goal, not about who had the pressure, in regulation. So now you got to try to get your offense going. They are going to start OT that way. Very clear.
Nothing there. It's still a floater. Prisma bangs it away. To the left. Flip. Kisvy there for the 50. Now Drag trying to get to the ball. Trying to scoop it up. He realizes he has some space. Kisvy with the pop. That's going to be a shot for T-Man. Does T-Man get it past anyone? No. Flakes with a great 50. T-Man still up in the air. Gets one touch. That back to Kisvy. Drag with a touch. Flakes now going to chase this one. Keep possession of it for the Huskies. Gets it over 1. 2 defenders in the net for the Sharks. Not able to score. I think that's what they do well. They stack the net. When you have a stacked net, it's very hard to penetrate.
Yeah, if they're going to stack the net, you might have to start getting some successful demos, finding some ways to pass the ball around, because usually the person shooting in front of the stack is not going to be the one that breaks it. You kind of got to move, from left to right, from up, down, maybe try to use the backboard above them if they're going to be sitting on the ground. Create some extra dimension in the shot. And the Sharks with the long shot is going to get the OT. They're looking dominating now for 3 games in a row. Poised in the OT, even though they didn't get the pressure to begin with. And it feels just very characteristic of them to get a long shot against this Husky defense.
Yeah, Huskies, they're trying to get the games over with. I think they're getting a little bit of pressure getting to them. They're trying to score. They're going all out, and they're just overcommitting just a bit to where in that pass play, they committed 2 guys. The third guy was a little bit far up. The ball just landed perfectly in the Sharks' hands, and they're able to clear it in to the Huskies' net. That's going to bring Sharks up 3-1. No timeout as of yet from the Huskies. We'll see if that changes here shortly. Huskies, though, I think they just need to stop getting close games. If they can score, right, keep the lead on this Sharks team, it's going to be a struggle for the Sharks to try and overtake them as Sharks. They've outscored the Huskies team by a lot in the series, as they've now held the Huskies only to 1 goal in the past 3 games. But it's really just going to depend on the Huskies can start out hot. Otherwise, I feel like if it gets late into the game and it's a close one, Sharks usually take it.
Yeah, close game, close regulation. Obviously it has to take some time in the OT to finish out that one. And the shot count shows something similar. 7 to 8. In favor of the Sharks still, but it still seems like the quality of shot is just better from the Sharks than it is from the Huskies, and they've kept the count high. They've really got to find a way to mix it up for this defense because the Sharks are doing a great job defending even on low boost. So finding that extra pass, maybe having to back pass a little bit, um, get someone who can solo play a little bit to kind of bait out more than one defender at a time. You're going to have to do something creative to make this Shark defense uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it looks like the Huskies have subbed out Flip 10-10 for Forehead, so we'll see if this is the change they need to keep their playoff hopes aligned. But for now, the Sharks are on match point to get into that top 3 to crack it. Flakes can't do anything there. There's Forehead. Not going. Just drag. Tries to get past him. That's going to be an open net for Prisma. That's not the way the Huskies want to start this game out.
Yeah, that's about as open of a net as we've seen here in this series. And everyone gets loaded on one side of the field. All you got to do is cross it. That's not a shot that many Apex players are going to make, especially in the playoffs.
We'll have to see how this one goes down. T-Man trying to get another shot for the road. Not quite able to get it. Prisma gets it centered. Lakes. Nothing there. It's going to be over to Drag. They got 4 minutes. They're already down a goal. Easy clear for Prisma on the backboard. It's been cleared to the right side of the wall. Kisby with a nice touch. Flakes is going to be back for it. Sharks are going to look to play a little aggressive on this Huskies team. Maybe with the change, they're able to capitalize a little bit more. Flakes. Trying to hit 50 Prisma. Won't find the net. Drag. Touch up. E-Man. Not there.
A good pressure. Kisby has a good shot opportunity. E-Man's going to come up. Back to Prisma. Seems like no matter who goes, the next man is just lurking, ready to break up Husky possession of the ball. And even now, they're still not going to be trapped in on defense. They're going to kind of battle it out to the midfield. And they're right back on offense. So Huskies going to have to limit some of these scoring opportunities from the Sharks if they're going to take a game and get back into the series after losing 3 in a row.
Drag, trying to get a shot on. It's going to be still a roller in front of the net. There's a bang away from Kisby.
That would have been a good shot opportunity from the Huskies, and they just don't capitalize on the little miscue on the goal line from the Sharks. And then it turns back against them. It really feels like a 2-goal swing because you should have had one on their goal line, and then they get one on your goal line. And that's just a huge swing of momentum here in this game.
Kisby on his rotation back just finds and bites the third man, gets him off the field for a few seconds. That's enough for all 3 Sharks to be near the ball and able to find the net. I mean, halfway through this game, the Sharks looking dominant. They're up 2-0. Huskies really been struggling with offense until then. What a shot from Flakes.
And he may have just jump-started this Husky offense alive with a tight angle backboard read.
Very, very tight angle indeed. So we'll see. That's going to spark something in the Huskies attack. It's going to really depend, though, as that's a sidewall time. I think confidence has spiked here for the Huskies. They know they got a chance, especially after losing so many straight to the Sharks. They're going to need something in their back pocket to look back on. There's Drag. Will he get a shot up? Kisby's there. It's centered. Prisma for the shot. Prisma centered. T-Man's there. Sharks get it right back.
Yeah, the Huskies are just going to make that one too easy for how the Sharks team is playing. I mean, you've got a 1v2. T-Man's the second man. You've given him an easy shot. He's not going to miss those.
He's not going to miss those. I think Sharks have really dialed in their play style, how they're going to try to finish this series off, and hopefully the rest of the playoffs. Now if they win here tonight, they got possible 2 or 3 more matchups. That's a shot by Drag. It's not quite over yet, as the Huskies are still finding ways to score. It's the most goals they've had in many games. So he gets it past Kisvy.
Yeah, the solo plays are really starting to come alive for them. And now if all they can do is figure out a way to chain in that extra player, they might start getting some goals a little bit quicker in the series.
There's Forehead looking for a shot, trying to get another one for the Huskies. Going to be saved up by Prisma. Sharks, they have 100 seconds till they are into Championship Sunday. They're going to hold this lead. Double commit is not the way they want to do it. Thankfully, Prisma is there to keep pressure onto the Huskies. Bang out to Flakes. Flakes, does he have this double read? It's a little toughy. Oh, no angle. He almost had that.
Almost indeed. And now they're going to be trying to transition out of their half. Might be a mistouch from Drag. T-Man is going to get the stop into Kisvy's transition here.
Flakes, or Prisma gets a nice touch to deflect the goal. Drag has a flick. Any defense. No bumps or anything. Defense steps up there. Sharks, 50 seconds till they've managed to get to the top 3 as a 6 seed. Prisma down the field. Huskies they gotta find something. They need another shot from Flakes. Another tight double tap. It's gonna be up for Forehead. It's gonna be a floater. Flakes is gonna be there. Never mind. Kisby finds the gap. It's not looking good.
Not looking good indeed. The only thing successful for the Huskies has been the solo plays, and now you're going to be 2 of them away with 37 seconds against the Sharks defense that has just looked phenomenal all series.
Yeah, the Sharks defense has been amazing. As Drag, that might be able to lead to a double. No, it's going to go in the corner. Forehead's there. Flakes in the midfield. Is that shot on? Way too weak for this tremendous Sharks defense. Prisma is going to clear it away. I think they've done it here, Chief. I think 20 seconds remaining. This is going to wrap it up. I think we'll see the Sharks play the Yetis tomorrow. See who gets that final spot in the grand final. Sharks are looking for one for the road. What a double by T-Man.
Yeah, that's definitely going to seal this one and their date with the Yetis.
I think Yetis, if they're watching, you have some scouting to do. You got a full 11 games of this Sharks team to look at. I mean, they could obviously change up their strategy heading into tomorrow. Definitely is something to look at. I think that battle is going to be a fierce one. If the Sharks can shut down the Yetis' attack, though, there is something to do. Again, Sharks, they can look at how the Raccoons beat the Yetis, so it will be interesting. Heading into tomorrow, amazing series. I think Sharks have really stepped it up. I mean, they lost the Raccoons, and everyone thought maybe they'd be done, but they're back here. They made Championship Sunday. They survived 2 best-of-7s tonight. We'll see if they can win 3 straight tomorrow.